With Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning coming out hopefully next year, I have been thinking about what that movie may be exploring. To me, there has to be a reason for these 02 kids to get their own outing. The purpose of Try was to explore the story and backstory of the Adventure universe. The purpose of Kizuna was to explore the adulthood of those kids and see how the epilogue may or may not come to happen. But what plot threads could there be from Digimon Adventure 02 and even Try and Kizuna that are yet to be resolved? Maybe something to do with the Dark Ocean. Welcome back, everybody, because
it's Karn's Spooktober Spectacular.
What is up, digital creatures? My name is Karn EX and welcome back to another video. And yes, today I am putting my tinfoil hat on and going full theory mode. Call me Matt Pat Karn again, as I talk about my potential theory and ideas for the new Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning movie. I have seen some people that are a little confused about this. This is a sequel to Kizuna. This takes place in the main Digimon Adventure timeline and is a sequel to 02 Try and Kizuna. It is not part of the reboot universe. It is not 02 reboot. This is part of the original adventure canon. And the movie introduces characters that are brand new called Rui Awada and his potential partner Digimon, Ukkomon, though Rui does claim to have killed his partner Digimon. In the first couple of minutes of footage that we saw of Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning from DigiFairs, it looked like some kind of egg was hatching in the sky, much like the Piratemon egg from the original Digimon Adventure movie. You can check out the card that is on screen right now to see my thoughts more on Rui Awada and Ukkomon, but my theories have expanded. What if I told you that potentially Ukkomon might actually be Daigomon from the Dark Ocean of Adventure 02 and Try? Yes, this seems like a no-brainer to me, and if it's not explored in 02 The Beginning, I'll frankly be shocked. The Dark Ocean is such a big part of fandom discourse, and something that very clearly changed during production of 02. Now, a few years ago, I may have said that, oh, they're just never going to revisit the Dark Ocean. The Dark Ocean is something that they just want to bury. They maybe had an idea for it and then kind of went away from it, but Try reintroduced that, and we now have a few characters theoretically imprisoned in the Dark Ocean, with Daemon being trapped there and Maki drifting away into the Dark Ocean. If they wanted to resolve the Dark Ocean with Try, that wasn't the way to do it, so very clearly they are bringing the Dark Ocean back to our minds, back to our memories. And let's not forget from Try that Dark Geni is unresolved too, and Dark Geni takes the form specifically of the young Geni that we saw in 02. And before he took that form, what form did he take? The Digimon Emperor from 02. It feels like all these things in Try were setting up a 02 sequel, which doesn't make it hurt less that the 02 kids were basically written out of most of Try, but I digress. And that's something that Try in general set up, and I feel like these movies are trying to do, harking back to things that were unexplained or slightly hinted at in previous Digimon Adventure stories. We finally found out who the original Digidestined were in Try, and how they became the Sovereigns. And of course, seeing the Dark Ocean again. In Kizuna, we see little hints of what happened to the other kids, the International Digidestined, and begin to see those plot threads from the epilogue of 02 come together, which is why I think a 02 movie almost has to focus on one of the biggest unresolved things from 02, and that is the Dark Ocean, and also maybe what Daterimon would have digivolved into. And that's what got me thinking about Ukkomon. In an earlier video, I thought his name came from Ukko, which it could still do, but Wikimon believes it comes from the Ukon Kokurage, which means tulip jellyfish. And that's very interesting that it is specifically a jellyfish and a tulip jellyfish. Tulips are a symbol of love, which is interesting. Again, you know me by now, I'm a big fan of etymology, and etymology does quite often pay off in these things. And according to this translation of a Baidu webpage, the mother tulip, or the tulip jellyfish, dive to the bottom of the sea and are often in male and female pairs. And specifically, the most poignant thing is that after the two loving jellyfish complete their reproductive mission, they will melt together in the seawater, spread out like fog, and expand until they disappear completely. As this article says, as if they had never been to this world. Their dreamlike lives were heartbreakingly beautiful in just a few days. And this could very well be the inspiration for Ukkomon, a Digimon that is kind of fated to die. But interesting to me is that there are two pairs. Now obviously, like every creature that breeds in nature is made of a male and a female. But could that mean that Ukkomon has a counterpart, much like how Willis's Terriermon Ukomon has a counterpart in Lopmon. Would keep up those 02 references. It also says that mother tulips have particularly high requirements for water quality, and once the water quality is polluted, they will shrink rapidly until they die. What is polluted water if not a dark ocean?
No, he's got a point.
So my theory is this. Either Ukkomon was killed, forced to be killed because of the Dark Ocean or because of something going on in the digital world, or rather than death, the Dark Ocean transformed Ukkomon into the master we saw all that time ago, Dagomon. Whether the connection is that Ukkomon literally was Dagomon or Dagomon is Ukkomon's counterpart, I do think the Dark Ocean just makes a ton of sense here, or else why would you give this new character a jellyfish ocean themed Digimon? There is actually a dark side even to the mother tulip or the tulip jellyfish, where its tentacles shoot out thorns, stabs its prey to anesthetize it, and then the tentacles used to put in its mouth. Tentacles! Again, Dagomon has got a bunch of tentacles, and this is where my big headcanon theory comes into play. I think this movie may be where we finally see the Digimental of Darkness from the WonderSwan games. Armor Digivolution and DNA Digivolution are the two big things of 02, and I kind of think we may see more of that in this movie. I also think we may see individual evolutions for each of the Digimon, not requiring DNA Digivolution or Armor, whatever, so an XVmon, Ultimate, and Mega, etc. But how interesting would it be if either Ukkomon or the existing partners or something else were to use the Digimental of Darkness? Because I have long realized that the Digimental of Darkness kind of looks a lot like Dagomon. Similar coloration, similar tendrils and tentacles. And you could even say that Dagomon's bulbous head is kind of evocative of the orb on top of the Digimental. And this connection potentially between Rui, Ukkomon, and Dagomon I don't think is just etymology based. I think it's very interesting in those first 2 minutes. The Digimon to save Rui is Stingmon, Ken's partner. Now, sure, it's a flying Digimon, but so is XVmon, Angemon, Angewomon, Aquilamon. Pretty much every one of them apart from Aquilamon could have saved him in that instance. So why specifically Stingmon? I believe because of Ken's connection to the Dark Ocean. It would even make sense to me, especially the kind of character that Ken is, that he might have a crisis in this movie when he finds out that that connection to the Dark Ocean is through Rui and Ukkomon, that even maybe Ukkomon is Dagomon, and he was the one to save Rui in the opening minutes of the movie. Now, don't get me wrong, Kari also has a connection to the Dark Ocean, but hers is much later, and I still think that will be a factor, but Ken's connection to the Dark Ocean is understandably probably what they would focus on a little bit more. He was infected with the Dark Spores, his whole brother situation. This may very well be one of the last adventure movies we ever get. There's really not that much time left between 02 the beginning and the epilogue of 02. While I have no doubt they're probably going to continue milking adventure with movies and stuff for a while to come, I do think this may be one of the last sitting places for a while. I think the entire reason we're getting a 02 movie is that perhaps 02 fans felt a little bit hard done by with Try and Kizuna. I know I did, even though Kizuna did help a little bit. Therefore, this movie kind of has to be the one to wrap up some of these bigger plot threads. The binary is either they do wrap a majority of them up, or they just leave them as mysteries, and the second option is not so good, which means we need to wrap up for definite the Dark Jedi thing. The Dark Ocean would make sense to me given the fact that it was prevalent in 02 and Try, and then there's side stuff connected to the Dark Ocean. Maki's fate is still technically unknown, although it's kind of presumed she died. And of course, hugely important, the fate of the partner Digimon from Kizuna. The directors of these movies consider the epilogue of 02 to still be canon, so they must be driving towards that point. Matt thinking about becoming an astronaut in Kizuna, for example. Davis learning to be a ramen chef in this 02 the beginning movie. So the original adventure Digimon have to come back somehow, and wouldn't it be interesting if the place they went, because it can't be the digital world, or else you could just go back to the digital world, right? What if they actually went to the Dark Ocean? Boom! The final act of this movie being Kari, TK, Yoli, let's not forget, also ended up in the Dark Ocean for a little bit. All of the adventure kids in the Dark Ocean, maybe fighting Dagomon, maybe fighting Ukkomon's evolution, which is like some kind of counterpart to Dagomon. Dagomon is an ultimate, by the way, so there could be a mega level above him that's even stronger and more of a world ender, and they're rescuing their partners. Okay, a lot of this is tinfoil hat, I have to be real with you. Some of that there is just what I would do if I were in their position, but I do think that Dark Ocean connection has to come through, and if it doesn't, I'll personally be a little bit disappointed. So I got my eye on you, Digimon. Anyway, let me know what you think of this theory in the comments below. Do you think Ukkomon and Dagomon in the Dark Ocean are connected? Something that's very interesting to me about Rui is that his Digivice is very old. The powers of the Dark Ocean can transform a Digivice, so I wonder if he himself ever went there. And if he did he dip his Digivice in the water because it would look like from its design that he didn't. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the world. I hope you're enjoying Spooktober so far. We have got a ton of custom art coming up, so I really hope you enjoy that. An amazing shout out to my Sovereign ZDK14 as well as all of my spooky channel members for supporting this channel. They are on screen right now. Thank you all so much. This may be a slightly outdated list because of the way we're batch recording stuff, but your credits will be coming, I assure you. Check out the video below me because it's one that YouTube knows you are going to love from the Spooktober Spectacular, and I will see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.